Today we start building the suspension for JKX. I've had the suspension kit for quite a while now. The axles are prepped and ready. It's time to get going. Now, truth be told, that suspension kit I ordered is not the one for this Jeep. So there's going to be a lot of modifying, some building brackets from scratch. Somewhere along the way we'll figure this out. It's all part of the adventure, isn't it? So first things first, I gotta see what's in the boxes, and I gotta figure out a starting point on that chassis. It's time to get busy. So for JKX, I had decided on a 4-inch or a 3.5-inch long arm kit for a suspension system. And when I looked around, I priced out quite a few different systems. I definitely looked at the high-end stuff, and quite honestly, we're looking somewhere around $8,000 for a kit. I looked at building my own with those kits that are available like for barns, for example, and that priced out somewhere around $6,000. And there's one that I promised myself I wouldn't use again, and that is the Rough Country kit that's currently under Gene's Jeep. But I gotta admit, at $2,100, it's just steel parts and tube and brackets, and well, that's kind of hard to beat. Now granted, I had to replace all the Heim joint on Gene's Jeep.
That bushing is just destroyed and gone.
I went with Johnny joints, and if I had to do that here, well, that's an additional $1,200 or so. And even though this kit has shocks included, I don't plan on using them. I do plan on upgrading those shocks. So the kits I mentioned earlier for $6,000 and $8,000, that wasn't including shocks either. So that's half price. So the issues that I have with this, well, we're gonna modify and we're gonna make it happen. But here's the thing. They actually don't make this kit for my 2-door. It says right here, actually, does not fit 2-door model. So we got some issues to overcome. We'll make it work. The way I see it, buy parts and assemble my own kit, or use this kit and modify it to fit the 2-door. Either way, I'm building stuff anyway. And I think this will be a pretty good cost saving. So I'm looking forward to putting this together. Oh yeah, instructions, we need those. First things first, I need to find a starting point to start putting this stuff together. Set my axles at proper height, frame at ride height, we're gonna call it. And I think the easiest way to do this right now is to take the springs, the 4-inch lift springs out of the kit, throw them under the chassis that I have right now, and well, there you go. There's my starting point. And that's what we're gonna start with. All right, so I measured before I took it apart, and I had 8.5 inches between the bump stop pad on the axle and the bump stop housing. That's the spot that I measured to duplicate. I now have 12.5, so I've gained 4 inches. 4-inch lift kit, that makes sense. So I'll do the same on the front, and that'll provide me a starting point for my ride height with the new suspension. Now, did I mention that this is the wrong lift kit for my Jeep? Well, it's actually for a 4-door JK or a JKU. So I'm not sure what the differences are going to be, but one that I know for sure is some location on mounts are going to be an issue, but the springs are for a heavier vehicle. And well, I'm adding some weight. I have a V8 instead of a V6, and matched with all the overlanding weight, the gear that we carry, the rooftop tent, etc. I think that's going to be a perfect fit for spring rate. I did the same thing in my TJ. I have some springs out of Gene's Jeep, actually, the four-door JKU in the back of my TJ, and that works out perfectly. So I'm looking for the same thing here. Now, crazy angle on those arms, but that's okay. That's just going to give me a ride height reference, and then we're going to take it apart and start building from there. Okay, so the whole point of putting the springs, the new springs in the chassis setup that I got here with the stock axles was to see how things lined up, knowing that they wouldn't line up, but it would give me an idea of my height to get started with. Now, I know that when you do this kind of modification, nothing will line up. We know that. Hence the purpose of misalignment spacers, for example, because you know the spring is going to have a weird angle because the axle is dropped down and so on and so forth. But I had no idea it'd be this far out. So of course, Chrysler didn't build this thing with my modifications in mind, so I'm not surprised by any of this. I'm just surprised by how far out it is and how it was actually built. So I expected the axles to be centered in the vehicle at ride height. Turns out they're centered at full compression. So no matter what you do, as you drop the front axle moves this way in the chassis, and the rear axle moves in the opposite direction. I didn't see that coming. So as we rebuild this thing and we put those one-ton axles in here, there's going to be some adjustments being made. There's going to be some realignment of things, if you will. I basically have everything the way it was. All I did was put the taller springs in it, so the 4-inch lift springs. So that'll give me a starting point. Now, hey, maybe I'm making a huge mistake here. My thinking's all wrong. We'll figure it out as we go. But now I can measure distance between the axle and the chassis front and back. And as I tear everything out, all I got to do is locate the axles underneath it, square it, align it, fabricate brackets. And if nothing else, that's going to allow me to place the chassis back in the corner, and I can work with one end at a time. And I still got a shop to get Jeeps in here and then do some servicing. I've been kind of lacking in that department lately. So of course I got fabricated motor mounts in here, and as I cycle this axle all the way to the top, I like the clearance that I have. And with the ride height that I have right now, there is ample room. I'm really liking what I got here. So now all we got to do is take a bunch of measurements and we get started on this axle swap fabrication process. That's the fun part. Hey, how are you? Hey, you like the new 4x4 and the tall springs?
It's pretty tall.
I call it, it's a piece of art. I call it Jeep on stilts.
Pretty much stilettos.
Stilettos.
Stilettos for Jeep.
Stilettos for Jeep, she says.